So what exactly do I need in order to start shooting hybrid photo video? Gear-wise, this is always the big question. You need a camera that can record in at least 1080p resolution and 60 frames per second. Those are our two main requirements. It's also best if we can film in about a 35 millimeter focal length, because a wider focal length is not going to show camera shake like a longer focal length will do. If you can be somewhere around 35, no more than 50. 50, I think, would be the max that I would start with as you're starting to learn handheld videography. But I think 35 is like the sweet spot for me. A camera strap really comes in handy when you're shooting handheld because you can use it as a stabilizer. So it's something that you all have. It comes with every camera, and it's something that I utilize. You're also going to need a computer, and I know you already have one of those because you're already editing your photos. Honestly, you already have all the gear you need. I am almost quite certain of it. As long as your camera can shoot 1080 and 60 frames per second, everything else is just bonus. So my hybrid hero tip for gear is to use what you've got. Don't think that you have to go out and buy something new. Start with what you have. And if you do down the road end up wanting to get something that's better suited for video, then the next few lessons are really going to help you know what you're looking for. Okay, what else do we need? We need software. We need video editing software. Now, the three main professional video editing softwares out there are Premiere Pro from Adobe, Final Cut Pro, and DaVinci Resolve. I have used Premiere Pro for almost 10 years, and it is very robust. It's also pretty expensive. So if you're not paying for the full Adobe suite, there really is no reason for you to go out and get Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro, because DaVinci Resolve is absolutely free. It's free. It's crazy that it's free, but it is so good and it's free. I don't know why it's free. They do have a paid version of a DaVinci Resolve, but the free version does everything except export in 4K. And I never export in 4K. So DaVinci Resolve is something that's newer for me, but I transitioned over to DaVinci Resolve and I am never looking back. So if you are new to editing, that's where I would start. Start with that free DaVinci Resolve because I like it better than the paid versions. So it can do everything that you need it to do. What else are we going to need to shoot hybrid photo video? Well, music. Music is a huge part of the video experience. In fact, it is half of the video experience. So the music absolutely is important. Now, we are going to dive into music and music resources in a later module, but the important thing that you need to know is that while there are pricey, expensive ways of obtaining music legally for commercial use, like a subscription, I pay $100 a month for my subscription or $70 per song for music licensing. There is also a free way that you can start building your portfolio on social media utilizing the media library from TikTok or Instagram or whatever platform it is that you're using. So don't be disheartened by this. Music licensing is just one of those things that I work into my pricing, and I know it's a direct expense of doing business. And so it doesn't hurt me like it used to, but it is something to be aware of. So for social media, we're utilizing that free library, especially when we're building our portfolio. And then for any paid project, make sure that you license your music because you want to do it legally. Now, the last thing we're going to need in order to shoot hybrid photo video is a little bit more time. I calculate 15 extra minutes of additional shooting time. I start my sessions 15 minutes earlier than I usually would, and that just gives me a little bit more time to get all the pictures and video that I need. I don't have to do this, but I just feel a little bit better and a little bit less pressured to get it all done before sunset when I'm scheduling my sessions at golden hour. So my shoots are usually about an hour long. I'll add 15 minutes at the beginning of that to accommodate. I also allocate just an additional 5 minutes for file management after the fact. So it's very efficient because it's all on my one card that I'm uploading my images to my computer already. So my video files are already going there. But then from there, I'll need to sort my files. And sometimes I'll back them up or add them to my Dropbox. And for editing, I budget 30 minutes to edit a 30-second video. When you're just starting out, this obviously might take a little bit longer, 60 minutes or 90 minutes, but for a very straightforward hybrid session, it takes me about 30 minutes to get through my editing. Or the other option is to outsource. Outsourcing your video editing is definitely possible. And like with the music licensing, it's something that you can work into your budget. I actually outsource almost everything but my hybrid video editing because it is so quick and efficient for me. And I also find it a lot of fun. But that was the best thing that I ever did for my business because it allowed me to focus on the things that only I could do, like the shooting and the booking and those kind of things. So outsourcing is definitely something you should consider in your long-term plan. I do think it's very smart to learn how to edit so that you can edit your own videos, but outsourcing is a fantastic business plan. And then I will budget about 10 minutes to upload my final video projects to whatever platform it is that I'm sharing it with the world or with my client. So in total, I budget an hour of work per 30-second video. And if you think an hour of work or the expense involved is just too much, I'm here to tell you that hybrid photo video is absolutely worth it. It is worth the time. It is worth the investment because it can change your business completely. When I started video, I tripled my revenues that same year, and I was able to work full-time in my business from that point on. It was no longer my side job. It was my full-time business.